Hello everyone and welcome back to another video here today from my Fun Figures. In this video today we have got my official 2025 Money in the Bank prediction. I made early predictions for this the other day, and today I'm giving my predictions, my final predictions before the show. Some winners may change now that we got absolutely everyone in the men's and the women's Money in the Bank matches. The other matches, though, I think my predictions will stay the same if you watch that video. But let's get into the 2025 Money in the Bank predictions. I'm looking forward to this show. I think it's going to be a good show. Hopefully it's better than last year's. I didn't think much of last year's. The men's Money in the Bank match just got wasted for a CM Punk Drew McIntyre storyline, which was just crap, and I just did not like it. I thought it was terrible booking. And then the women's was good. I didn't mind the women's. Tiffany Stratton won that, so that was all good. And, everyone thought she was going to win, but still, I didn't think that was a bad match. And then the main event of that show was terrible. It was Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, and Sami Zayn, I think, versus Solo, Tamatonga, and Tongaloa. Or maybe Jacob Fatu was in that match. The match absolutely sucked, though. It was basically Solo's Bloodline versus Cody, Randy, and Sami. I'm like 100% sure it was Sami Zayn. If it wasn't Sami Zayn, maybe it was Kevin Owens and not Sami Zayn. I think it might have been Kevin Owens. But the match sucked anyways. Yet again, the same thing with this year's Money in the Bank. We got a tag team match in the main event, so we'll talk about that last. So, or maybe the men's Money in the Bank match will be last, but I'll probably talk about the tag team match last. So let's get into this show. Alright, starting off things, I'm going to be talking about Lyra Valkyria versus Becky Lynch for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. If you've been watching my channel now, you've been watching my videos, you know I'm not a fan of this feud. First of all, I just don't think the feud makes any sense. It's so forced, it's not real at all. Becky Lynch would never actually turn on Lyra Valkyria in real life. It's all just for storyline. It's fake. I don't get it. I don't buy it for a minute. It's just so scripted, so fake. Obviously, they're still friends in real life. And she wouldn't turn on her for losing a useless title. For losing a useless tag title, which she could have got a rematch for. Just a stupid way to do it. Everyone turns on everyone these days in wrestling, man. It is just stupid. And I know, yeah, okay, you could say, oh, well, of course they're friends outside of wrestling, outside of kayfabe, of course, yeah. Yeah, but the thing about it is, it's just too much these days. Like, everyone turns on everyone. If there's a good reason, yeah, okay. But there's just no reason here. Everyone turns on everyone. It's just, oh yeah, you lost a tag title. You can get a rematch for that and win it back easily. It's not that hard to win a bloody tag title in WWE in the women's division. Literally, any tag team can win these, or any two put together can win these titles. Second of all, the promos have been terrible for this feud. I have not liked any of the promos. The last one was alright, I guess. Lyra spoke a lot more than Becky. Becky basically keeps saying, oh, you're another version of me. You're a worse version of Becky Lynch. You wouldn't be here if it wasn't for me. I'm the one who made Lyra Valkyria. All this crap, basically saying that Becky, it's just, I don't know. Maybe Lyra wouldn't have been a wrestler if it wasn't for Becky Lynch. I don't know. I'm not sure about what Lyra's backstory is actually like, but I'm sure she still would have been a wrestler if Becky didn't exist. But I'm sure Becky was a huge inspiration, as she is from Ireland, and they're both from Ireland. I'm from Ireland myself, but I just cannot get into this storyline at all. I'm just not a fan of it. I just don't like this storyline. Don't like the promos. But anyways, I got to give my prediction because I'm not rambling about how bad this feud was for so long. My prediction, I said it the other day in my video, and I'm saying it again. I'm sticking with this prediction. My prediction is going to be Becky Lynch. I think Becky Lynch takes the win here. I think they're giving her the Women's Intercontinental Championship. I don't have the Women's Intercontinental Championship, so I have the men's, but I'll just show the figure. I think that Becky Lynch will be winning this match, and I think that Lyra Valkyria is going to win it back. Lyra Valkyria is going to win it back at SummerSlam. So here's how WWE do those triple feuds. I said this in my earlier predictions, but I have to say it again. This is how they do all of their triple feuds. Every feud is a trilogy, right? Every single feud you think about it is a trilogy that WWE does. Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins and CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre. Take those two, for example, right? And then Seth and Punk kind of had the trilogy effect. I think they had 2 matches, didn't they? And then they had a third one where it was like the triple threat. Or I'm not sure. But anyways, they have triple threat feuds, right? So what I think is going to happen is Becky wins here, Lyra wins it back. So Lyra wins the first one, Becky wins the second one, and Lara wins the third one. Whoever wins the first one normally wins the third one, and whoever's winning the feud will win the first one and the third one, and they'll end up winning the feud. So I think Lara will end up getting it back and will win the feud. Not unless Bayley comes back and challenges Becky. But you could also have Bayley come back, challenge Becky, Bayley loses, and then Lara wins it back, you know? Okay, and the next match that we're going to be talking about is the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. So, all 6 women are officially in this match. When I made the video, I predicted that Naomi would also qualify, and same with Liv Morgan. Liv did not qualify. It was actually Stephanie Valkyria. But it doesn't really change my prediction too much. It does, but it doesn't. See, I think, did I end up going with, I don't know. I can't remember exactly who I ended up going with because I was tossing between both. But anyways, let's eliminate people. This is how I love to do it. I'll do it with this ladder right here because why not? Okay, let's eliminate these. Julia is not winning this match, so you can cross her out. Rhea, I just don't think I see it. There's no way that they actually give this back to Rhea Ripley. If they go with Rhea Ripley, I swear, what are they doing? Nah, please do not give it to Rhea Ripley. I'm going to cross Rhea out, cross extra Rhea. I don't think they're giving it to Rhea Ripley. Stephanie Von Kier, I do not think she's winning it, so you can cross her out. I think it's too early for her. I just don't think she's going to win it. Just because she just debuted, so I don't think she's going to win it. Next, I'm going to cross out Alexa Bliss. Now, if they went with Alexa, I think she could win. The 3 it's between is Naomi, Alexa, and Roxanne Perez. They're the 3 who I think it's between. I think it's definitely between those 3. They're definitely the 3 favorites. Because if they went with Alexa, I wouldn't be like too surprised. I'd probably be shocked because I don't think she's necessarily winning because she's probably going to be involved with the Wyatts, but it wouldn't be like the biggest shock in the world. I think the biggest shock in the world here would probably be Julia. I think she has the least odds to win it here. But yeah, but I'm going to cross out Alexa because I think she's going to be doing things with the White 6, and I just don't see them giving her the Money in the Bank. Then the final 2, I have Roxanne and Naomi. I think those are the final 2 in the odds. I think the reason being for Roxanne is because she's in the Judgment Day. She could win the briefcase, cause some tension between her and Liv, cause some tension between her and the other Judgment Day members may not be in it. Like maybe Liv and Raquel, basically. Yeah. Basically, Liv and Raquel will be like, won't be in it, and Finn will be like, oh yeah, we're adding her into the Judgment Day now. She's the Money in the Bank winner. She has the Money in the Bank briefcase. We can get her a title. That's more gold for the Judgment Day. That's how Finn's gonna think. And then, it's going to be that kind of thing. She always has a chance of winning now that she's involved with the Judgment Day. If you're involved with the Judgment Day, you just have a chance of winning a lot of things. The Judgment Day always win the big stuff at the end of the day. Yeah, Finn Balor may take a lot of pins, but he also has won tag titles, and they also do win in the women's side tag titles, and Liv has won the women's title, and Dominic literally has the Intercontinental Championship right now. So they are always winning gold. Judgment Day always win gold. So I think Roxanne is a chant, but I'm actually gonna cross out Roxanne. I could be wrong, but I'm gonna cross out Roxanne. My prediction is gonna be Naomi. I think Naomi's winning this, but I just don't. I want Roxanne or Naomi or Alexa. They're kind of my 3 I want to win. But the thing about it is, right, I don't want Naomi to get it and then it's just a vortex between her and Bianca, Jade. I just do not want that for Naomi if that happens. If Naomi wins, I want her to go over to Raw, cash in on Io Sky, have a good reign. Maybe you can have her have like one match between Jade or Bianca and maybe Naomi comes out on top, but I don't want like a whole vortex thing between them. My prediction is going to be Naomi. I think this new gimmick, I just looked for an image with the new gimmick, and this was just the first one that came up. With the new gimmick, I think that she's going to win it. And with a heel gimmick, they shouldn't have made her lose to Jade because, it kind of brings her down a bit. But I think it's a Money in the Bank match, so it doesn't really matter. Pins don't really always matter. But anyways, I think that Naomi's winning it. She is my final prediction. I'm locking it in. Now it is time to talk about the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. I do have a Money in the Bank briefcase hanging from a rope. Alright, there we go. We got it hanging on the rope. That will have to do. Okay, men's Money in the Bank ladder match. So, I it was a mess to get absolutely everyone to stand up and everyone in frame. So I know you can't really say LA Knight the best, but anyways, it doesn't really necessarily matter too much because I'm basically just gonna eliminate them like I did with the women's match. And also I am missing my tripod. I do not know where my tripod is, so I'm using my one off my ring light right now. But I think this looks alright anyway, so we'll just go with this. This looks fine anyways. Okay, so let's like knock them out like we did with the ladder on who I think is not winning. Now there might be a few that get knocked over with it, but yeah, you know what? We'll just do it. Okay, so before I do that, I just want to talk about a few things. My hype for this match may not be as high as the women's. I think maybe I'll probably be more hyped for this because I really want to see one of these guys win. But I think let's say the lineup for the women's is so much better than this. Penta, I love Penta. I think he's great. So yeah, you know what? You can keep Penta in there for the high flying spots, but it doesn't really feel like he's gonna win. But whatever. Andrade, get him out of here. No offense to Andrade. I love Andrade. I think he's great in the ring, but I just would not have had him in this match. Carmelo Hayes, Melo in the bank, should have been in this match. Melo, at least he has a chance of winning it, right? He's a big deal for the future of WWE. He's a big deal in WWE, right? I know he gets bucked like a jobber, but he's going to be like a star, right? He's basically going to be a star in the future. He's going to be one of their top guys in the future. I see it from Melo. I think a lot of people do. A lot of people wanted Melo in this match. Jacob Fatu, I would have took Jacob Fatu over Andrade as well. Jacob Fatu has a United States title though, so it's not the worst thing in the world. You know, he should be focused on his title. But I would have put Carmelo Hayes or Jacob Fatu. I would have seen both of them in this match. It would have been so much better than Andrade. Solo, I'm fine with Solo being in this. I think he's been so entertaining as of late. I've been loving his stuff that he's been doing with Jacob. So Solo, I think, is one of the best things about WWE right now, actually. I think Solo's been really funny. Zeth, you need Zeth in there. LA Knight, you need LA Knight in there. Andrade Americano, I don't know. I just would not have had Andrade Americano in this match. I don't know. The hype for this character is kind of dead right now. I love Chad Gable. I love this gimmick, but right now it's just a little flat. It's a little dead. I don't know if I really would have put him in the Money in the Bank ladder match. I just don't know if it's really the best pick. Maybe you could do some fun things between him and Penta, but like I don't know. The gimmick is kind of dead. I think you just keep it going. Maybe I don't know what they can do to revive it. I'm not sure. But I would have had AJ Styles be in this match other than him. And I know people wanted Punk. I also would have had Punk or AJ. So let's get into my predictions, though, and we'll get back to Punk. Right. So these three, I do not think are winning it. You can get rid of Penta, Andrade, and Solo. Solo, I wouldn't mind winning it, but the other two, I just couldn't be bothered to see them winning it. Andrade Americano is not winning this match. I think there's no chance in hell that he wins it. Alright, these are my final two. This should be everyone's final two. So here's what I think is going to happen. You could have had Punk be in this match, right? And you could have had Punk cost Seth Rollins in the match. But no, they don't want to do that. They don't want to do that. What I think is going to happen, let me explain to you, right? So I think that, first of all, the first guy that we will see to defend, or to make sure that Seth Rollins does not win this Money in the Bank match is either going to be, there's two people that it could be for the first guy that's going to come out, because I think there's going to be three guys to come out. Sami Zayn, yeah, or CM Punk. Either one of these is going to come out and make sure that Seth doesn't win it. It could be, I think it could be Punk, and then basically, right, let me set this up in the ring, basically, right? We'll just put these two here. Right, these are standing. Let's put these back a little bit. Have they standed? Perfect. Okay. So basically, I don't know. LA Knight will be off doing something else, right? We can get rid of LA Knight right now. He'll be off fighting someone, else, or he'll be doing something else, right? So basically, Punk will come out to make sure that Seth doesn't win it. Let's say there's like a spot, Seth Rollins is about to win it, something like that, right? Then you have Braun Breaker come out, and Bronson Reed, like Spear to Punk or something like that. They take out Punk, right? They take out Punk. Braun Breaker, they're taking out Punk. They're taking care of business, right? These two take care of Punk, right? Then I think you get Sammy, but then I think you maybe get Sammy and like maybe Bronson takes him out and Braun Breaker take him out. I think you might get Sammy. And then we're going to see the OTC, the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns, make his return at Money in the Bank. And he's also going to make sure that Seth Rollins does not win this match. Why is it not focusing? I don't know. But basically, you get my point. You know what I mean? That was a bad spear. That was alright spear. Anyway, so basically, Zed gets costed by Roman, by Punk, by Sammy, by a big brawl with all of these guys, right? You see all of these figures. What is going on right now? But anyways, these all get into a brawl, and you guys know what I'm saying. Okay, let's just say he's on a ladder. This thing has fell so much. LA Knight retrieves the briefcase and takes the win with everybody saying, LA in the bank. Yeah, look at that. Everyone wants to see it. Final match. Alright, now it is time to talk about the main event match, the last match on this show. Let's talk about it. What do you want to talk about? What do you want to talk about? What do you want to talk about, as Cody Rhodes says? Anyways, let's get into it. My voice is sore. I gotta go drink some water, so I'm gonna wrap this up pretty quick. I don't think there's a lot to say about this match. I'm not looking forward to this, really. It's just gonna be another, fun tag team match. You know, like, I couldn't care less about this, to be honest with you. Neither team gets anything. Basically, my prediction is, I'm going to say it real quick, yeah, because I'm not going to talk about this for too long. I don't think you need to. Cody Rhodes is basically going to pin Cena here, is what I think is going to happen, which will lead to the Cena heel turn, you know. And then Cody Rhodes will get his match at SummerSlam against Cena, and he'll win back the title at SummerSlam. Cody Rhodes will. That's probably my prediction. I think that's what's going to happen, right? See, one thing messes this up. We have Night of Champions in the way of this, right? Why? It's just a whole mess. At Night of Champions, every champion must defend their title, so I guess that's why they can't do it at that show. But because it would make more sense for what I said story-wise. But I think that Cody Rhodes is most likely going to... Alright, so... My prediction is going to be Jay and Cody Rhodes, but I'm not sure if they pin Logan or if they pin Cena. It would be boring if they pin Logan Paul. Pinning Logan Paul gets you, like, nothing, right? You pin Logan Paul, woohoo, it's just a normal match, you pin Logan Paul, right? But if you pin Cena, he's the champ. Cody can get a title match, a rematch, you know, that kind of shit. So that's kind of what I think is going to happen anyways. I don't know, I could be wrong on this. I'm going to say Cody and Jay win this, though. I don't see Cena and Logan winning this. They're going to pin Jey Uso, the world champion. That would just make him look even weaker against Gunther. Or they might pin, like, they're going to pin Cody. Maybe they pin Jay because Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Seth Rollins, you know, you get that involvement to that group comes in, then you maybe have Gunther, but I don't know why Gunther would be involved. I actually did think that Gunther promo on Monday Night Raw was really, really good, what Gunther said to Jey Uso, you know, the world champion shouldn't be focused on tag team matches and helping out guys and things like that, which I did think was a really, really good point from Gunther, you know, just talking some logic, talking facts to Jey Uso. So yeah, but anyways, another thing I just realized is Monday Night Raw is the Jey Uso versus Gunther, that Monday Night Raw after Money in the Bank. And I thought Seth maybe was going to win the Money in the Bank briefcase and then cash in that match, but I don't know if that's happening anymore. I went my LA Knight because of my reasoning for that was because Punk and Roman and Sammy. But anyways, I'm going to shut up about this. I said I wasn't going to ramble about this, but I rambled about other things. My winners are Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. I may have a Money in the Bank ladder match coming out for the men's, like a match of that, but I don't know, figure match, I may have that, I'm not too sure yet. Might make it. But thank you a lot for watching this video, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my Fun Figures. I hope everyone enjoys Money in the Bank on the weekend. My Fun Figures out, yeah!